Hello, and welcome back to the Richard Taliaferro podcast, where we take a look at career insights and give advice to career changers. I spent years as a journalist, and when I started thinking about post Wall Street Journal life, you know what I did? I looked at journalism adjacent professions, corporate communications, content strategy, media consulting, public relations. Same skills, but different business card. And maybe you're doing that in your field too, searching for roles that feel familiar, that use your existing expertise, that made sense to everybody who asks, so what do you do now? Here's what I want you to know. The career you're building now doesn't have to resemble the one you left. And in fact, maybe it shouldn't. What this means for you is freedom. Freedom to design work around your life and not the other way around. The freedom to break the patterns that no longer serve you. For me, when I stopped trying to be Richard the journalist in a different setting, so much started to shift. My coaching practice looks nothing like a newsroom. No daily deadlines, no breaking news, no bylines. It's been replaced with deep conversations, long term client relationships, and the space to watch transformation unfold over months and not minutes. Think about this with me for a moment. You've been trying to fit yourself into familiar shapes, looking for that perfect hybrid that honors your past while promising a different future. But what if that's exactly what's keeping you stuck? Your first career trained you for a specific game with specific rules. Maybe it demanded constant availability, rewarded competition over collaboration, valued speed over depth, measured success by external metrics you never chose. And you mastered those roles, and they served you well until they didn't. Here's what I've noticed, and this is crucial. We often try to escape what burned us out while unconsciously recreating those same structures. It's like leaving a toxic relationship only to date someone eerily familiar. The skills you've built, those are yours forever. Critical thinking, problem solving, communication. But that container can be completely different. Let me share something that might shift your entire perspective. What if you asked yourself some different questions? Instead of, how can I use what I did before? Try, what do I want my Tuesday mornings to feel like? Instead of, what's the next logical step? Try, what kinds of problems light me up now? These questions do something powerful. They help you shift from obligation to possibility. They move you from asking permission to granting it to yourself. Consider the difference between what jobs match my experience and what would I create if my resume didn't exist. One keeps you stuck while the other sets you free. Think about the radical career transformations happening everywhere. Investigative reporters becoming landscape designers, financial journalists opening yoga studios. These aren't just pivots, they're complete reinventions. What makes them possible? They stopped asking, what's the next logical step? And started asking, what would make me feel excited about Tuesday mornings? You can build something unrecognizable from your first ad and be more fulfilled than ever because you're finally aligned with who you've become, not who you used to be. Maybe you're thinking this sounds risky and impractical. And of course, thinking, what will people say? And I get it. I've had those same fears too. When I left journalism, the fear felt physical. My chest would tighten when people asked me about my plans. I had rehearsed explanations that would make sense to others. But you know what scared me more? The thought of spending another decade feeling like I was living someone else's life. The risk of staying in the field started to feel heavier than the risk of leaping into the unknown. That fear you're feeling, it's not a stop sign. It's confirmation that you're considering something that matters, something that is real. Here's the thing about fear, it shows up the strongest right before transformation. It's like your internal security system going haywire because you're about to leave familiar territory. But staying stuck in quote unquote adjacent roles that don't feed your soul, that's the greater risk. So stop asking your future to get your past permission. You can start designing work that works for you, work that fits who you've become and not who you used to be. I know it's scary, but here's what I've learned: trust the process. More importantly, trust yourself. The transformation starts the moment you stop trying to be the old you in new clothes. The career you're meant to build might surprise you, and that surprise is where the magic happens. If this resonated with you, I'd love to continue this conversation. What next logical step are you ready to let go of for something that actually lights you up? You can find me at my website or hit reply to my newsletter and share what's coming up for you. Until next time, remember, your next chapter doesn't need your last chapter's permission. If you're searching for work that works for you, I invite you to go to richardtaliaferro.com and schedule a complimentary call with me, and let's talk about it. Thanks for listening, and talk to you next week.